You gonna say something?
Yeah.
Bro, we're recording. Let's go.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Big Honey Sports. I am G-Rock.
And I'm Big Sean.
And we are switching things up today. We're doing a little bit of a remote broadcast. Kind of taking our precautionary steps, I guess, in coronavirus. You know what I mean?
We're in the same apartment.
Yeah. We didn't really want to set up the studio and everything, so we just we were a little lazy today. So we are here. It's kind of weird to be talking to Sean through this little thing, but it's fine. We're going to make it work. So just to recap, please subscribe. Please like and share our videos. Likes help a lot, and subscribing even helps more. If you like the content, please continue to support us, and we will continue to put out great content for you guys. So without further ado, let's get into our topic. First off, we have to mention
what's the Snapple fact of the day?
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Snapple fact of the day number 1470 is of the 193 members of the United Nations, Britain has invaded 171 of them.
Savages.
So, yeah. The old saying, back in the day, the sun never sets on Great Britain, but it does now. So, but it was cool back in the day, right? Okay. Don't know why you had to take the long pause. Anyways, today's segment is sponsored by Real Sports Analysis. We're giving him another shout out real quick. Go over to his channel. He has great videos on individual players, individual aspects of football. He has a lot of clips and everything, and he goes a lot farther and deeper into the statistics of stuff, which is very interesting if you're into that kind of numbers stuff. So definitely give him a follow, give him a like, check out his content. Without further ado, let's talk about the NFL draft. Recap quickly the biggest storyline probably, arguably, of the draft, which was the Green Bay Packers first round selection. Instead of going with a wide receiver or something to beef up, a weapon for Aaron Rodgers, we all know he has Devontae Adams, but it would be nice to have somebody else. They decided to go with, what's his name? Yeah.
Quarterback. They drafted a quarterback in the first round. They actually traded up to draft him.
I can't believe I didn't put that on my paper.
This seems very odd. Maybe they're drafting. Like, who knows how long Aaron Rodgers will stay in Green Bay now? Because all the comparisons were that this is what happened when Aaron Rodgers got drafted with Brett Favre. They're around the same age when Aaron Rodgers got drafted to be his replacement.
Yeah, it's an interesting move for sure. I just don't know. I mean, Aaron Rodgers still has some good years left in him. I would assume you'd probably want to retain him as long as you possibly can, but this move just kind of signals that once his contract is up, which is good through 2023, you would imagine that they're going to part ways one way or another.
Yeah, by that time he'll be pretty old, 40.
Yeah, he said he easily wants to play to 40, and then after that he'll, base it on how he feels. But, it's kind of a interesting wrench thrown into the equation in that system. So among the other Packers players they did draft a running back. They did draft another tight end, and then they went heavy on the offensive linemen and drew a couple got a couple linebackers later, and then a safety as well. But nothing really stands out.
Their draft was abysmal.
It was. They could have gotten one of the wide receivers. They could have traded up, right?
They could have done anything to help Aaron Rodgers, and all they did was draft his replacement.
Yeah, it's crazy.
What does that say to Aaron Rodgers?
Exactly.
You guys want me here?
I would be pissed.
What?
I'd be like, you're gonna draft this quarterback. You're not gonna draft me another dude that I can throw the ball to.
He's gonna go to the Patriots.
Don't say that.
Bill Belichick's gonna swoop in.
Yeah. Well, hopefully not. I saw another article that said maybe the Broncos would want to get him. I have no idea where that came from. Probably it's not going to happen, but it is interesting to think about, like, how long does he really have left in Green Bay?
Yeah, I don't see the Broncos as a fit at all. I mean, it'd be cool, but like, what does that say to Drew Lock? After this draft, too.
Yeah.
Where they catered the draft towards him. I don't see Aaron Rodgers going to the Broncos.
Yeah. So Packers, they had a terrible offseason free agency-wise. Now they got a terrible draft. So if you're a Green Bay Packers fan, condolences to you. Your team will probably go 12-4, and you'll blow it in the playoffs as usual. There's nothing that has indicated they're going to go any farther in the playoffs. They're just a good team that doesn't actually do anything when it comes time.
I don't think they make the playoffs.
Really?
Yep.
Go deeper into that.
They didn't address any needs. And I just feel like last year, like we talked about, they were like a really good, they were really bad 13-3 team.
Yeah.
That was like the worst 13-3 team I've ever seen.
I don't remember who their one of their losses was to the 49ers. They got destroyed on Sunday Night Football, I'm pretty sure. I don't know who the other two losses were,
pretty sure, didn't they lose to the Chiefs? With Matt Moore?
With Matt Moore, yeah.
Yeah, so
their losses were terrible.
They're just not like a football team, and I think they don't make the playoffs. That's my bold prediction.
Wow. I say they go 10-6, 11-5-ish. Maybe the Vikings pull one more win though and take the division. So I don't know how many years it's been since, like, the Packers have captured the division just about every year, right? I don't remember the last time it wasn't.
The Vikings went 13-3 with Case Keenum.
That's right.
I don't know if they won the division. I'm pretty sure they won the division.
Yeah, you would imagine. So, yeah, Packers, condolences to you guys. Vikings might sweep in and try and take the division. They have a good team, especially on their defense. You don't really know where the cap is when you talk about Kirk Cousins, but maybe there's some discontinuity in Green Bay, and the Vikings are able to capitalize. I don't think the Lions are going to amount to anything, and the Bears are a dumpster fire.
Yeah, Bears suck.
So, yeah. So that is going to lead us into our next topic, which is the Denver Broncos. Had a massive draft, a great draft. They got Jerry Jeudy and who's the second wide receiver?
Hamler.
Two explosive wide receivers to complement Courtland Sutton, and give Drew Lock some of those big weapons. I think Hamler especially is valuable because he's going to, stretch the field. He's really fast, which is a big plus. And then you got Jerry Jeudy, who's arguably the best route runner out of the draft. And that's a huge benefit when you're talking about a quarterback who's going into his second season. Somebody that can run the routes consistently and very accurately. It's going to do wonders for you.
They also drafted a center out of LSU. Someone, yep. I don't remember who it was, said that he was the MVP of the LSU national championship team, basically. And
awesome.
They wanted to get him earlier, but they waited, and he was still there. Cushenberry, I think he'll be vital to the success of not only Drew Lock, the chemistry they can build, but the whole team. We still need tackles. We didn't draft a tackle because the interior is all set with Reisner. Now we have Cushenberry and Glasgow, but our tackles are pretty weak.
Yeah.
But yeah, as you mentioned, the receivers, we got Noah Fant, Phillip Lindsay, Melvin Gordon. We drafted Drew Lock's college tight end, which he threw like 27 touchdown passes to, I think I saw, like over their career together. Yeah, I don't see how this team doesn't make the playoffs.
Yeah, it would be a humongous disappointment if they don't make the playoffs.
I mean, obviously you can say they're young, and that can attribute to it, but everything's there.
Yeah.
It's all going to ride on the shoulders of Drew Lock, how he performs, but I think he'll be fine.
I think it's a good like some of them are young, but you also have some veteran players in there. Melvin Gordon's a veteran. Cortland Sutton's kind of becoming, a household name.
The offense is still young. The offense is young. The defense, I have more promise in. But the offense is young. It has potential, but it's really young.
Yeah. The defense looking really solid. Going to have a whole year under Vic Fangio. You're retaining most of the defensive players. You got
Chris Harris.
Yeah. Who is Darrell Casey? Is that right?
Darrell Casey. They got AJ Bouye, Justin Simmons, Kareem Jackson, Von Miller, Bradley Chubb will be back.
It's gonna be great.
Alexander Johnson, he showed out towards the end of the season. At linebacker, Todd Davis is serviceable. So I think this team makes the playoffs. Like, I'm not saying they're going to go out and win the division because you got the Chiefs, but I think this team wins a wild card spot. I think it's there. I don't see why they couldn't.
Yeah. Their schedule, can't remember what it is, but most of their tough opponents, like we've talked about, are at home, which is a huge plus. So the Denver Broncos are looking like their bad years, their little 4-year stretch there of misery is over. Finally.
Hopefully.
They've got the quarterback. He has shown no reason why he wouldn't be the quarterback for the next couple years at least.
I've been seeing so many people on the internet just bash Drew Lock, saying he sucks and the Broncos still need a quarterback. But bro, he went 4-1. His only loss was in a blizzard on the road against the Super Bowl champs.
Yeah.
If that's his only loss, I can handle that.
Yeah.
I don't get where this narrative comes from that he sucks. I don't know how that developed or why it's a thing. He only had 7 touchdown passes and 3 interceptions, but it's at the end of the day, did you win the game?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying he's going to go out and beat Peyton Manning or Tom Brady or Drew Brees for the rest of his career, but the dude,
he balls.
If you say he sucks, that's just ignorant.
Yeah.
I don't know how good he'll be. That's still to be known, but he doesn't suck.
And think about it, who did he have last year, really?
He was throwing
besides Cortland Sutton. Yeah. And he won 4 games with that.
Out of 5. So got us to second place.
That.
Got us to second place in the division.
If you got third string, if you got third string, fourth string wide receivers and you're still winning the games and you're looking like a stud, I will take that. And now you've given him a bunch of weapons. I think John Elway's all in on it, and it's awesome to see. So Denver Broncos are looking real, real good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Playoffs are bust.
Yeah. So that's our Denver Broncos analysis of the moment. Nothing more really to talk about with them. So we'll move on to the elephant in the room, so to speak, which is the coronavirus. Okay. We are continuously, learning new things about it, and it's not going away. As many people hoped back in March, it was going to go away after a couple months. It would be done by May or June, and we'd be back to normal. But that doesn't seem to be the case. It's going to be around here for a long time, unfortunately. Did a little bit of research. The NBA obviously is on hold. MLB, all the major sports are on hold. The MLB's, looking into a way to have a season without fans, at least for the duration, for a long period. NBA, probably not going to happen. Probably won't pick up. But the NFL is in a good situation because they haven't started anything really. They already, there's nothing. They haven't been pushed back by it yet, really. So the thing is, they're talking about all of the contingency plans, and we thought about like what really happens if you were to eliminate fans from the stadium, right? How would that affect the NFL? Doing a little research, about 15%, a little more than 15% of the NFL's total revenue in 2018, so it's 2 years ago, but it's roughly the same every year, came from ticket prices. You add in another 5 to 7% for concessions and all the stuff that the stadium sells. You're looking about 22 to 23% revenue loss if you were to have a season without NFL fans. Now, is that survivable? Probably, right? You would think.
Yeah. The NFL's so big and popular. It would suck.
Yeah,
It would. I think
so just with that mindset, like maybe the NFL goes ahead. Like I don't see a way they cancel the season because that's so much revenue you're missing out on all of a sudden, and you've literally lost a whole season. But you do have to think about what happens, with the league. I mean, if there's no – that's a lot of money that you're losing. So there's really a couple options how it can go. You can go with the partially filled stands to practice the social distancing and stuff. I don't know how you feel about that, having a partially filled stands. I don't know how that would work. Like you're just selling half tickets or a quarter of your tickets, which I guess is good, but I don't know, man. I don't see how they would maintain the social distancing with that.
How does that work? Like, do they bump up the prices for that?
Probably.
Like if you're gonna sell fewer tickets and you're going to give people all that space, I would feel like the tickets would be more expensive. Yeah. It's almost like a premium. Like, only so many people can get in.
Right.
And I'm one of them. Like I paid premium dollars for this. I feel like that would affect
it would hurt. Yeah. It would hurt the average fan substantially.
Well, and
the average fans, yeah.
I don't think the average fan goes to a football game. Like personally, just like based off of pricing and all that. And I'm not saying you're privileged if you do, but like an average fan maybe goes to like a game just because of prices, concessions. If you have a family and you're bringing 4 people, like that's astronomical. Parking, concessions. So I do think we will see like a decline in the demographic of fans that would show up.
Yeah.
Just because, like I said, I feel like the tickets are going to be coveted. Like it's going to be something that like is novel on it. If they do go that route, it's like, how many are they going to sell,
Right. The second option is you don't allow fans at all. Obviously, New York and California are already kind of on this path. California, especially, the governor, I'm pretty sure, said he doesn't envision large events with crowds for the duration of the whole year. So California, that's how many teams you got in California? 5? 4 now? Because the Raiders moved?
Raiders are in Vegas.
49ers?
Rams, 49ers, Chargers.
Yeah, 3. And then you got New York, which is at least 3.
That's Giants, Bears.
Yeah. So then there's the third option, the extreme option, which is that you don't have a season. The season gets canceled. Like I said, I don't think that's gonna happen.
I think so. I think, like as you mentioned, they're fortunate that nothing has really begun in terms of their season. Even like off-season activities, those will be impacted. Those will be hurt. But think about it. Like the season usually doesn't start till September, like regular season. So I think obviously I don't know anything about the coronavirus, but if anything, like maybe they eliminate preseason games. I saw one proposal that was going to eliminate the preseason and eliminate the bye week, start the season later and like start it in October, and then the Super Bowl would obviously be moved too, like later in February. So I just don't see a scenario in which they eliminate a bye week because the players need that. Like you can't play 16 straight games. in the NFL. You need at least a week.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and I think the most likely scenario, unfortunately, is that we don't have fans in the stadium for a good portion of the season.
I think that'll
really
likely
blows.
be the case. I don't get the whole partial stadium like ticketing. I don't get that.
Because guess what? They all still have to come in through a couple select entrances.
Yeah, I feel like you'd still be losing money. Like obviously not as much, but I think
the cost and stuff.
Yeah, I think their best route is to just go fanless for as long as necessary. It's gonna suck. Like it would suck really bad not to be able to go, or watching it on TV and you don't hear any reaction to anything. But like I feel like that's the best route to go at this point, because they're not gonna have. I don't see a reason to have fans in there.
Yeah, so it's unfortunate, but that's the elephant in the room. That's the situation, the reality that we live in right now, unfortunately. But the good news is there's going to be a season, most likely. So,
I would assume so.
Yeah, for those who are worried about that, doesn't seem like they're just going to uproot the entire season.
I mean, I think the fact that they held the draft still and had all that was very promising.
Yeah, definitely.
Because if they felt they were in a position that it was going to be canceled, I feel like the draft would have either been moved later or would have been altered. Obviously, it was because it was virtual, but I feel like that's kind of promising, the fact that they held that as normal.
Yeah. So that wraps up our main topics of discussion. Is there anything else you want to talk about before we call it on this
I just want to talk about Tom Brady again. Like, he's in every episode, but
that's true.
So like
he's a cheater.
He walked in on the wrong house, but like he was going to meet with Byron Leftwich, his offensive coordinator. And it's like, you're not supposed to at this point. You can't meet with anybody, whether it's going over plays, whether it's talking about the offense. You can't meet with anybody. And that's what he was going to do. And there's no punishment. Of course, there's no punishment. You're literally not allowed by the league yet to meet with any personnel.
Yeah.
Here he goes talking to his offensive coordinator in person. and he gets away with it. No, I heard something today that he didn't violate whatever, or he didn't break it, whatever. But it's like, why is the leash like so long on this guy that he can literally get away with anything?
He's manipulating the rule, like we said. Like, maybe he didn't technically violate it, but that's the intention that was had.
Oh yeah.
It was to gain a competitive edge over everyone else in the league, because you're literally doing something you're not supposed to be doing yet.
And he's the only one that did it, that obviously that we know of. But of course it's Tom Brady.
And what was I going to say? There was a report, I don't know how legit it is, but it said that he was just going there to pick up the offensive playbook, which is still illegal, I'm pretty sure, right?
He still can't do that.
Yeah, so what's the excuse? Why is he not getting punished?
I don't know, because he's the golden boy of the NFL.
It's ridiculous. So, yet again, Tom Brady at the center of a scandal,
and
shocker, and gets away with it. Nothing's going to happen to him. It's just stupid. So, Tom Brady, if you're out there, you are a terrible sportsman. So, kudos to your 6-10 team, hopefully. That's what I'm rooting for now, for sure.
Oh, yeah. I hope they go 4-12. Like, I hate him with a passion. I don't care what team he's on. I hope he fails.
Yeah, and the Patriot, can we just speak about the Patriot one last second? They suck. And to anyone that's saying that they're going to be like my brothers, or any Patriots fan out there that you're talking to, if you're watching this and you have a Patriots fan, or you're a Patriots fan, reality is not hitting them that how bad their team really is going to be. I know you still have Bill Belichick, but you have half your equation gone on your system. Half of your system is gone.
They got rid of Gostkowski, and they drafted a punt or a kicker that had some tattoo. I don't know if you heard about that. he said he's going to get it removed because I think it's racist or it's something. And of course, the Patriots were the ones to draft him. It's like, bro, you can't make this stuff up.
Yeah. Patriots fans, just hitting the nail over the head.
Fans of the trash organization. I don't care how much they've won. Trash team and trash organization.
And you guys are going to suck. And it's going to be so fun to watch. Everyone's going to love it. With that, I'd say it's been a good episode of the Big Honey Sports remote podcast because we are remoting it.
G-Rock, I'm Big Sean. It was a short episode of Big Honey Sports.